Welcome to the Daily Plunge. We are in the Gospel of John, chapter 18, verses 28 to 40. They drag Jesus from the house of the high priest, Caiaphas, over to the Roman governor's palace. And what's funny is that the Pharisees and the Sadducees won't enter into the grounds because they don't want to contaminate themselves for the Passover feast, but they have no problems with being determined to bring about the extermination of the Lamb of God, right? Kind of funny stuff. They say to Pilate, the Roman governor, that Jesus is an outlaw. He is, literally the Greek is, he's a bad guy because he's against their religious, legalistic, law-centered system. And Pilate says, judge him by your own law. And what's the charge against him is blasphemy, that he claims to be the Son of God. What's funny is that Jesus will judge them by the law, and they will be found wanting. Verse 31 says, we have no right to execute him, but we want to see him dead. And so Pilate takes him into the palace. What kind of a king are you? Are you the king of the Jews? He asks. Jesus says, are you speaking on your own? Is this some revelation that you have? Or has someone else given you this information? And Pilate responds, hey, I'm not the one on trial here, right? Your own people rejected you and handed you over to me. What have you done wrong that you're face to face with me, right? And Jesus says, my kingdom is not of this world. If it was, my people would fight. They would engage in violence to keep me in power. But God doesn't use violence to preserve his kingdom, right? You need to remember that. Then Jesus says to him, you say that I am a king. In fact, that's the reason I was born. And I was born to be put to death to redeem my people, right? I was born. I came to earth. I was incarnated to testify to the world, to the truth of the gospel. And where is that testimony, that witness, that glorification of God going to happen? On the cross. And so he says, I came to testify to the truth. And Pilate snorts back, what is truth, right? What is truth? He doesn't know. Pilate doesn't really know. He thinks it's just Stoic philosophy, Greek or Roman philosophy. He knows nothing of the true message of God, which is the gospel. It says that Pilate wants to release Jesus, but they all clamor on the day before the Passover. Instead of clamoring for the Lamb of God, they want a murderer to be released. They want Barabbas, the murderer, instead of the Lamb of God. Well, thanks, friends. Have a blessed day.